Professor Ko is actually the inventor of the game Trading Races. Now I won't get into it too much because we want to hear from the inventor herself. So could you tell us a little bit about your game and the inspiration for it?
Sure. Trading Races is a historical role-playing game that's set at the University of Michigan in 2003. And the game is designed for students to learn about race consciousness in an undergraduate classroom. And students who are playing the game play a combination of real historical characters such as Sandra Day O'Connor, Warwick Connolly, Bell Hooks, and John Hope Franklin, who's also in the game, as well as an imaginary multi-ethnic and multicultural student assembly. And by playing the game, the students are supposed to make a decision on the fate of affirmative action at the University of Michigan. So it's a paper-based role-playing game, which means that it works like Dungeons and Dragons. So it works like Dungeons and Dragons, not World of Warcraft right now. We are trying to work on an online version with a Greater Than Games lab, and so eventually we hope that we will turn it into World of Warcraft, but with more ethical and political underlying motives. And so I said it's a role-playing game. It's like Dungeons and Dragons. I said that, and we're going to turn it into an electronic game. And right now it has been play tested one time at the Franklin Humanities Institute in December with a number of the people who work at the center and a number of faculty. And we're also going to be playing it in Professor Eileen Chow's class in Chinatowns in April. And I was just telling Billy that you guys are invited to come and watch the playing of the game and film the game if you would like.
Great. So you said you've played it once. So a lot of the questions that the students asked were sort of what were some long-term trends you saw in these students? You know, once they played, did they change their ideology based on, you know, just a few hours of playing in character? But that changed their perception long-term of these ideas?
One thing that I noticed from the comments is there was a misconception that the game only lasted a few hours. The game actually is supposed to last 9 class sessions. So that means that it'll be like 9 1-hour, 1.5-hour sessions, and the first 3 sessions will be set up, which means that the professor does everything he or she normally does, which is contextualize the readings for you and have a discussion about the readings before the game actually starts, before everybody actually gets into character. The last session is the post-mortem of the game, where we talk about how the game diverged from history, if it did diverge from history, and the reasons for that, and how the personalities or what happened in the game could have affected that change in history. So to answer your question, the game hasn't been played by students, by undergraduate students yet. It has been tested by people who have PhDs, most of them, or who are professors, so I don't know. I'm really, really excited to find out.
Produced by Duke University, online at duke.edu.